Hi everyone, and welcome to part 3 of programming patterns on the ALESIS SR18. In this video, we're going to go back and finish up looking at the record setup pages that we skipped over in parts 1 and 2. Let's get into it. Okay, I've got an empty pattern here. We're on user 80A. So let's go into record setup, and we want to quantize we've already had a look at. Gate, we know what that's about. Swing select. What is swing select? Okay, when swing select is off, so let's say we have 2/8 notes. If it's off, that means the space allocated, well, let's talk about it in terms of the length of the note. So each note would be 50-50 if you have an eighth note, 2/8 notes together. Now, if we put the swing select on, the first setting is 62%. That means the first note, so what was 50-50 split is now going to be 62% length of the first note and 38% for the second note. So for things like dun, 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 shuffles, swing feels, you could use this in R&B, all kinds of applications. That's what it's going to do for us. Okay, so 62%, moving right along, then we got 58%. So the first note, 58%, the second would be 42%. And moving right along, we got 54% is the last one. So subtle change. 54% would be the length of the first note, 46 of the second note. Swing select. So this harks back to, it was a real popular function on the original Akai MPC 60s. Old school hip hop classic. So there you go. All right. So let's move right along and have a look at our click select. All right. So our click select is going to change the click of when we're recording. So in previous videos, we were just using a quarter note. So let's have a listen to how that sounds. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. Okay, so the accent is on the first beat, and that's 8 notes. So we're going to be able to change and modify this in a whole bunch of different ways. So let's look at that. Let's change the length of this pattern from 8 beats to 4 beats. We're going to go up to pattern length, and I've changed the pattern to 1, the length of the pattern. So default, this is a empty pattern, so your default length is 2 bars of 4/4, 2 measures of 4/4 on the SR18. So let's reduce that to 1. We got it there. Lock it in. And let's have a listen to how the click sounds over that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so let's slow that down a little bit. All right, so moving right along, let's go back up and change a few things. Okay, so that's one measure of 4/4. So if we go up to page 7, for those of you that understand time, if you don't understand time signatures, don't worry about it. Check out my other video on just basic rhythms. So the beat is the top number of a time signature. So here we're in 4/4, so the top number would be 4. That means number of beats per bar or per measure. Note value is the value of one of those notes. So we're in 4/4, so we got 4 quarter notes. All right, if we were in 2/4, we'd have 2 quarter notes. If we were in 3/4, and in fact, let's change this to 3/4. So let's change beat to 3. All right, I'm going to save it. And now we change the measure, or the bar, into 1 bar of 3/4. So the accent's going to be on the first beat. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All right, so we made a bar of 3/4. What about some other time signatures? What about 6/8? Let's check that out. So 6/8. So 6 would be the top number. Change this to 6. Save it. Note value 8. Okay, 6/8. Save that. And then let's go back down to click select, and let's change this to eighth notes since we're doing 6/8. 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, cool. That's 6/8. What about 12/8? Let's check that out. So 12/8 is, so think of Stevie Wonder, Higher Ground. 1, 2, 3, 2. All right, so let's go up, change that. So, okay, 12/8. So we're going to change the beat to 12, and we get 12/8. Save it. Then let's have a listen. 1, 2, 3, 4. It'd be better if we sped it up. Oops. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3. Right, so you can see it ticking over there. Okay, 12/8. Let's see. Let's do something else. So 3, 4, 12/8. We could do 7, 4. That'd be cool. Let's check that out. Okay, so 7. Save it. Note value 4. We could do 7, 8, or 16. Let's do 7, 4 though. So speed it up a little bit. Oh, this should be pretty fast. Oops. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's change that quantize to quarter notes. Click value to quarter notes. Oops. Okay, quarter notes. Let's have a listen to this. So I was thinking Pink Floyd's Money. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, Money. So Higher Ground for 12/8. Pink Floyd's Money for 7, 4. Okay, moving right along. So there you go. So you can mess around with it, and in later videos we'll get into some crazy odd time stuff and polyrhythms and all kinds of trouble. Okay, so moving right along. So just to recap quickly, bottom beat is the top number of the time signature. Let's put this back at a 4, 4. And the note value is the bottom number of a time signature, the value of one beat. Okay, pattern length, we already know about that. It's old-fashioned. Let's keep going. Offset. What is offset? I'm actually going to read the description from the manual. Offset shifts the selected pattern or individual drum parts ahead of or behind the beat in 1 384th note increments to allow for altering the feel, quote unquote, of a sequence. Note that this only affects already recorded parts. So you're going to record your parts and then we're going to offset them. And there's hint. We've got here hint. 96 subbeats equals a quarter note. So when I went in earlier videos when I talked about turning off the quantize, how that divided each quarter note into 96 subbeats, we'll check it out. Offset is going to be 4 times that. So 384 divided by 4 is 96, is what they're telling us. So for those J Dilla, Questlove kind of grooves, you want to set them really behind the beat. This is where we're going to be headed in future videos when we program those kind of grooves. Okay, now it goes on to say the SR18 should be in pattern mode and stopped. The display says offset, which will be 0, 0, no offset. Okay, so we got 0, 0 here. So you got to press the pad to be offset, as confirmed by the display. If you don't select a pad, offset affects the entire pattern. So you could put one drum ahead or behind. So if you set offset to ahead, right, so maybe you had a walking bass line, you might want to put it on top of the beat. It's pretty common in jazz. And if not, you might want to put something really behind the beat, right, if you're going to do, and it goes down to minus 99, so 100 increments of, in degrees of 384% of one. So one beat is effectively divided into 384 parts. So real subtle, so you can lay stuff back just behind the beat or just in front, wherever you want, or way back. Okay, cool. So there you go. That's offset. Super helpful, and could get super deep into that in our programming, and we will. We'll come back, like I was saying, for the more modern kind of D'Angelo, Questlove, Soulquarian, J Dilla vibe. Okay, that's going to be the last in this series of 3, how to program. Next video, I'm probably going to look at pattern song mode and how to put together a song. I'd like to thank everyone for your positive comments in the comments section. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next one.